welcome back to Tes and Abes World. Today we'll be reading Alfie's Feet. Alfie's Feet. This little pig went to market. This little pig stayed home. This little pig had roast beef. This little pig had none. And this little pig cried, wee, 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 I can't find my way home. Alfie had a little sister called Annie Rose. And Alfie's feet were quite big. Annie Rose's feet were rather small. They were all soft and pink underneath. Alfie knew a game he could play with Annie Rose, counting her toes. Annie Rose had lots of different ways of getting about. She went forward crawling, backwards on her behind. She liked to slide about very fast on a potty, skidding around and round on the floor and in and out of the table legs. Annie Rose had some new red shoes. She could walk in them a bit if she was pushing a cart or holding on to someone's hand. When they went out, Annie Rose wore her red shoes, and Alfie wore his old brown ones. Mum usually helped him put them on because he wasn't very good at doing up the laces yet. If it had been raining, Alfie liked to go stamping about in the mud and walking through puddles. Splish, splash, splosh. Then his shoes got rather wet. So did his socks, and so did his feet. So one Saturday morning, Alfie and Mum went to a big shop in High Street. They brought Alfie a new pair of shining yellow boots to wear when he was stamping out in the mud and walking through puddles. Alfie was very pleased. He carried them home himself in a cardboard box. When they got in, Alfie sat down at once, unwrapped his new boots. He put them on all by himself and walked about in them. Stamp, stamp, stamp. He went into the kitchen to show Mum, Dad, and Annie Rose, stamping his feet all the way. Stamp, stamp, stamp. The boots were very smart and shiny, but they felt funny. Alfie wanted to go out again right away, so he put on his Mac, and Dad took his book and his newspaper, and off they went to the park. Alfie stamped in a lot of mud and walked through lots of puddles, splish, splash, splosh. He frightened some sparrows who were having a bath. He even frightened 2 big ducks. They were hurrying back to the pond, walking with their feet turned in. Alfie looked down at his feet. They still felt funny. They kept turning outwards. Dad was sitting on the bench. They both looked at Alfie's feet. Suddenly, Alfie knew what was wrong. Dad lifted Alfie and put him on the bench beside him and helped him take off each boot and put them on the other foot. And when Alfie stood down again, his feet didn't feel a bit funny anymore. After tea, Mum painted a big black R on one of Alfie's boots and a big black L on the other to help Alfie remember which boot was which. R was for the right foot and L was for the left foot. The black paint wore off in the end, and the boots stopped being new and shiny. But Alfie usually did remember to get them on the proper way around after that. They felt much better when he went stamping about in the mud and walking through the puddles. And of course, Annie Rose made such a fuss about Alfie having new boots that she had to have a pair of her own to go stamping about too. Splish, splash, splosh. I hope you enjoyed Alfie's Feet. I'll see you next time. Bye.